I didn't see you there. My name is J Urban and welcome to my studio. I know guys, it's been forever since I uploaded my last video. It's been 5 months. I know, crazy, you might be wondering where I've been, what I've been doing. Who knows? Who knows? I'm back. That's all that matters. And in today's video, we're gonna make some groovy R&B beat. This beat is gonna be inspired by Summer Walker, H.E.R, Kehlani, and maybe some SZA. You know, I actually had to go and look up how to pronounce her name, SZA. I thought it was like SZA or something. I don't know. But let's get back on track. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you the whole process of making a beat, all the production tips, all the tricks, and stuff like that. And hopefully you'll learn something new and useful. And just as a reminder, if you want me to produce a song with you and for you, just DM me on Instagram, send me email, just leave a comment, I'm gonna reach back to you. Let's work. Actually, for the last 5 months, I've been producing one-on-one with people, with artists from like all over the world, Canada, States, Europe, stuff like that. And we've actually released some really good songs. If I don't forget, I'm gonna put some links in the description. And that's it for the intro, let's get to producing. So now we're in the project, let's hear what we got here. Someone's calling me, I'm busy. So I started with some Omnisphere. Pretty easy chords. I use the MK's 20 Vibes preset on Keyscape. It's a vintage digital piano module. It works really good for any vintage kind of sound. So that's the only thing we got for the chords. Just this. And then I start with some bass, because that's very essential when you make some R&B. Let's just hear the bass. Very simple. Again, I've used the mustard kind of bass. It's actually a preset. I just adjusted a bit. It's very like ACD kind of sound, and it works really good for groovy R&B. If you want that vibe, like groove. Then I added some snare. Also on the bass we have the kickstart. It's like a side chain for the bass. It works really good, and just an EQ to prioritize some frequencies. And then a snare. Yeah, again, I cut all the low end, and then I added some reverb by Valhalla Plate. Pretty simple snare. Then we have some open hats. It's very simple, again, nothing crazy. Let's hear it all together with some. Then I added some effects. For the effects I didn't use much, so here's what we got. And the white noise, of course. Very simple, nothing crazy. It's like a right in, right out, stuff like that. Here's how it sounds all together, just like an intro. Then I thought, how can we transition the verse into the second part of the verse, you know? Then I added some scratch. It sounds really good. Then the kick goes in. Nothing crazy on the kick. So we have the Q3 and the kickbox. It's a very cool plugin for kicks. I already went over that in my previous videos. If you haven't watched, go and make sure you watch the previous videos. I really appreciate that. And then I added one more bass. See how it sounds, just one bass? And then two. It's kind of like the Weeknd kind of bass. Let's hear just the second bass. It's like a vintage kind of bass. I really liked it, and it works all together. It works really good. And then I added a hi-hat. That's my favorite part. So we're going to the bridge part. I a little bit changed the instrument for the chorus. Same chords, but I use serum for this, just the pluck. It's like a vintage again. Then I put them all together in the chorus. just to like add some accent for the chorus melody, because I believe it's very, very important when you do R&B kind of song. And then that's a cool part. I used arcade for the vocals. Let's hear the vocals. As usual, I just use the hooked, I don't know, whatever it's called, line, yeah. And then I modified some stuff here, effects, but not much. If you don't end up doing that, it's not that important, but it just, I thought it would sound better if I do some tweaks here. Again, when you do production stuff, it's not very important to focus on details, small details like that. I think you should look at the overall picture of the production. At the beginning part, you don't need to go that deep into details. But if you're a more experienced kind of producer, you should probably go like and tweak some stuff in the plugin or any sound. So I kept the bass, I added some effects for the transition, and I used the tornado for this. It's a low pass. You see, that's the automation I used. It's very cool. Again, if you're just starting out, you don't have to focus on that, but I think it just made this beat sound much, much better. I left the second bass. Right there. I just dropped it here a little bit earlier. You could do like something like this all the way here. It just depends what kind of vibe you're going for. And then let's hear the chorus. Before we hear the chorus, let's go over this again. So the vocals. So if we go here, I just use the but the arcade has really cool thing. You can like it cuts stuff, like it makes it like creates some vocal chops, and that's all I did here. And then I added one more here, one more. Oh, so B. Same, it was the same line, I just cut it up differently. This sounds much better. And then in the chorus I used the same thing, and arcade, I layered two vocals. Let's hear the second vocal. Same thing, I just pitched it up. And then I used a little alter boy for formant. I already did this pitch. Plugin version of arcade, I did the 12 semitones. You don't have to do here. You could do it here, same thing. I just added some formant with a little alter boy, and then again EQ on this vocal, and the reverb. Nothing crazy. Again, I just layered up two of them. Let's hear two of them together. Just added a little bit of harmonics into the beat. You could go like this, but I felt like it was really not enough. And let's hear the whole thing. I just added some hi-hats, some extra snare, clap, and that's it. That's all the difference between the verse and the chorus. You don't have to add too much if you want to be able to sing to the beat. It's very important not to add too much stuff. I can't stress this enough. It's very important. Don't add too much stuff into your production. Yeah, nothing crazy, and if you want to make beats like this, it's very simple. Let's hear the drum part. It's the little details that you should worry about. Not really the small details, but like stuff like this. Just something to add melody to it. And then just create some groove, and then clap. And then add snare. Then kick. Then bass. That's 1, 2. And let's hear hear just the melody. I could have left it like this for the chorus part, but I really wanted to add some extra stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but I added some vocals, yeah. It might be hard for a singer to sing on top of it, but I thought it would sound cool. So it was kind of a useless move from my side, but whatever, I just like this bit, so here it is. And actually, it's already on my website, so if you want to buy it, go to jurbanmusic.com and I sell all my beats there. There's a whole bunch of options. You can lease them, you can buy exclusively, you can buy standard, like unlimited lease, whatever you want, and it's all explained on my website. And that's pretty much it for the chorus, and it just goes back to the verse. Some effects, pretty simple, not too many. Try not to overdo with the effects. Same thing. Yeah, and that's it. For mixing and mastering, like I just did some Saturn. We have this for automation, and the Smile I didn't use it for this one, but it's always on my project. And I used the Magic Mastering preset and I just tweaked it up a little bit. It's just to add some drive to the beat. And then we have a limiter. It's AOM Invisible Limiter. That's what I usually use just for beats. For songs I use different limiters. I just use a zone as a whole thing for songs just to master them. But this is pretty simple. And then to monitor it, I use the tonal balance control. You can see if there's too much of stuff, it will show here. That's where you should be, in between these two lines. A little bit higher here, but that's fine. For beats it works a little bit different. You don't have to rely on this as much, but it still helps. And then we have a loudness meter. Again, loops, I went over that in all my previous videos. I don't want to go too deep on this, but you should be somewhere in between 8 and 9. That's what usually I do, and might not work for you, but that's what usually works really good, and that's what most streaming platforms like. That's what I noticed at least, and all the songs sound really good with -9, -8 setting. And yeah, so let's hear the whole thing, and hopefully you like this one. If you want to buy this beat, go to my website and buy this, but whoa, that was insane! Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. I hope you're gonna use some techniques that we showed in the video. And most important, don't sit on your tracks. Just release them and just keep creating. That's how you get better. And again, if you want some high quality production, hit me up, I'm your boy, let's make some hits together. Just leave a comment if you want me to work with you and I'll see what I can do for you. Or just DM me on Instagram or email me, whatever. And of course, I really need your support. If you want me to keep creating these videos, please like, subscribe and comment. I really appreciate all of that. Alright, thank you for watching this video. My name is H.E.R. До свидания. That's it.